In the US, 39% of respondents said they agreed with the statement. I find that remarkable. In a country usually regarded as one of the most religious on earth, almost 4 in 10 people think religion is a negative force. Great Britain was worse, or better depending on your viewpoint, with 61% of those surveyed agreeing with the statement. Spare a thought for Australia, where 63% of people think religion does more harm than good. Only Belgium, 68%, had a more negative view of religion. A similar pattern can be seen in the UK-based Ipsos MORI survey, Rating Professions by Trustworthiness, 1993 to 2015. Respondents were asked to rank 16 professions according to trustworthiness to tell the truth. Sadly, journalists and politicians were near the bottom by 2015. Unsurprisingly, doctors and teachers were at the top. Pollsters and civil servants were in the middle. What about clergy? Interestingly, religious authorities came in 7th overall in the truth-telling stakes, with about 67% of Brits saying they trusted the men and women of the cloth. What's more revealing, though, is that there has been a steady decline in the public's level of trust in clergy in the 22 years the survey has been collecting data. Religious leaders have dropped 4 places and 15 percentage points over that period. Scientists, by contrast, have climbed 4 places and 16 percentage points, passing clergy in perceived trustworthiness in 2011. A similar study for Australia in 2015 found that just 39% of people saw ministers of religion as ethical and honest, ranking them 12th out of 30 professions. In some ways, I'm surprised clergy rank higher in these polls than, say, journalists or politicians, who always appear in the bottom third. I would have thought that increasing secularization and the events of recent years would send priests and pastors to the bottom. These polls roughly coincide with the child sexual abuse scandals that have rocked the church around the world over the last 20 years. Between 2001 and 2003, the Boston Globe's famous Spotlight team blew open the story of the extent of child molestation and cover-ups in the Archdiocese of Boston. In the 10 years prior, more than 70 priests had been credibly accused of the abuse of minors, and the church had settled cases, quote, under an extraordinary cloak of secrecy. At the time of the 4th of 12 explosive investigative articles, 31 January 2002, the Globe reported that there were suspected pedophile priests still on active duty, often just quietly redeployed as hospital or prison chaplains. This is not an American or Roman Catholic problem only, as we will see in Chapter 25. To say that the church has an image problem doesn't quite capture it. Christianity has had 2 millennia to win the affection and confidence of the world. Yet for a large number of us today, this venerable tradition deserves neither our love nor our trust. Christopher Hitchens spoke for many when he wrote, "We believe with certainty that an ethical life can be lived without religion, and we know for a fact that the corollary holds true, that religion has caused innumerable people not just to conduct themselves no better than others, but to award themselves permission to behave in ways that would make a brothel keeper or an ethnic cleanser raise an eyebrow. As I write these words and as you read them, people of faith are in their different ways planning your and my destruction, and the destruction of all hard-won human attainments that I have touched upon. Religion poisons everything." I imagine Christopher Hitchens would be deeply suspicious of the project of this book. Sadly, he died of throat cancer in 2011. I can hear him groaning, as if a Christian believer, even a mild-mannered Anglican one, would be willing to look into the darkness of Christian history and provide anything